Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. We're going to do something quite different, more on the lines, just talking about theories and stuff when it comes to fighting games. So over the generations of fighting games, we have gone through different types of fighting games. Fighting games that rely on single player modes, fighting games that rely on DLC that stands for downloadable content, and then fighting games that rely heavily on story mode. Today, I want to ask you, does story mode in fighting games matter? Let's take a look at the heavy hitters of the fighting game genre. So we have Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Virtua Fighter, Street Fighter, and Soul Calibur. The reason why we are heavily interested in entertainment, UFC, MMA, and WWE is because of the hype and the lore between both fighters and wrestlers. For example, the whole build-up of Logan Paul versus KSI, that was a big thing that everyone was talking about because they're both YouTubers. They both have very big subscribers on YouTube, and they were coming together, and there was a lot of things that was happening to the build up of it. So that's why people was invested. If you look at Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar is a heavy hitter in the WWE. So is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has had the title for a long time, and we want to see if Roman Reigns will lose the title to someone like Brock Lesnar, who is a dominant force in the WWE. We also can have a look at Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Both are massive stars in the WWE. Up until this day, they're not in WWE right now, but when they were both two big stars, and we wanted to see who would win out of both of them. So when they did clash, they were very good on the mic. There was a lot of, build-ups towards their fight, and it made an interesting thing to talk about. If you look at Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, that's another big hit. Floyd Mayweather, undefeated boxer. Conor McGregor doing his thing in UFC. They both clashed together, and Conor McGregor's coming into the boxing. Conor McGregor is a controversial fighter. He does do a lot of things in the build up to the fights and stuff like that, so a lot of people like to watch him. Obviously you got Floyd Mayweather that he doesn't lose. We want to see if his streak is going to be lost. So you see where I'm going here now with all of these. Like, I can keep going on and on and on, but do you see where I'm going? So let's talk about it, and let's talk about Tekken. When we look at Tekken, we play the game for fundamentals, the juicy combos, the crispy Korean backdash, and to learn new things. The story mode and rivalry between characters also play a large part. We know that the Mishima family have a hate feud going on between them. Kazuya and Heihachi take turns on throwing each other off the cliff, and we want to know why. What is the reason behind them wanting to throw each other off the cliff? What is the devil gene? Where did it originate from? How is it going to end? Jin is Kazuya's son, and he does not like Kazuya and Heihachi. Why? This also has us speculating what is going on in the main story and the infamous devil gene that Kazuya pursues. On top of that, we have other characters and their feuds as well. So we have wrestler King, who has issues with MMA fighter Craig Marduk. Craig Marduk actually kills King, and it has another King taking place for revenge.
Who are you?
When we went through Tekken 7 story mode, the narrator sounded like this. Kazuya threw Heihachi off the cliff. It was hot. Heihachi threw his son off the cliff in revenge. It was very monotone, and it had a lot of negative backlash. But my main point, what I'm trying to say when it comes to the Tekken story, is we like to see the rivalry. Who does not like who? Who has beef with who? You've got Yoshimitsu versus Brian, you've got the Law and Lei, you've got so many other types of rivalries, and I feel like Tekken 7 kind of slowed down with it. Personally, in my opinion, I felt like they slowed down with the whole rivalry thing. But in Tekken 5, you can actually play through the arcade story mode, and you can see that when you get to like stage 3 and then you get to like stage 5 or 7, you get to see the character interactions, and I felt like that was a personal touch for me because I really do like seeing these rivalries happen in the games. So let's take a look at this Virtua Fighter series. So Virtua Fighter, for the most part, is a fundamental base game. Everyone knows the game is ridiculously hard. It doesn't come with a story mode though. For the widespread of the games that has been released by Sega, there's never ever been a story mode. The only way you can find out information about the lore is by doing research on the internet. I feel this heavily lets the Virtua Fighter series down because the game is very hard but rewarding to learn. No story or rivalry could lead pro players and casual players to other fighting games. My opinion, I think Virtua Fighter, what they could have done is have a story mode between the characters so that we know who has problems with who. Like, they show some stuff of them fighting against each other in the intro, but we never know what the main issue is, or we don't get an inkling unless we have to research deep into the depths of online. And I don't agree with that. I feel like if you want people to be heavily invested into a game, you need to build a story around the characters and see who is who and why they're in this tournament. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the Virtual Fighter series. The King of Fighters is a game that I love because of the story mode. I feel like the story mode brings out a lot of personalities in the game, and the series has been going on for a very long time. We have King of Fighters 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, you catch my drift. So it's been going on yearly, and then they changed it to King of Fighters 11, 12, 13, and we're currently on 15 now, and we have a bunch of spin-off titles. So King of Fighters was released yearly before and had returning main hero characters competing with rivalry teams, which had a lot of people wanting to know what the story was up to the latest installment of King of Fighters 15. So currently we have the main team, which is I'll say Team China, but then you have Benimaru, that's from Team Japan, and then the rival team is Hayden, Isla, and Dolores. So that always kind of happens in these King of Fighters games. In King of Fighters, you have the main hero team, and then you have the rival team that tried to stop them. So if we talk about like some of the stuff that happened in the past with King of Fighters, you know, we've got Yori wanting to be the only one to harm Kyo. We've got K-Dash and K49 that are, you know, they're meant to be clones of Kyo, and they have beef. They, you know, K49 is meant to be like a perfect test subject, and K-Dash is meant to be a defect or a prototype, if you will. You've got Ash trying to take Chizuru, Iori, and Kyo's powers for a greater cause, and there's so much more. There are several team rivalries that keep people coming back to learn more and more about the story. Personally, the thing that makes me come back as a casual King of Fighters player is the storyline that all the characters have with one another.
怒りに身を焦がすって感じ?
Let it.
So we have Team Fatal Fury. They don't really have a purpose other than they want to win the tournament. Then you have Team Art of Fighting. You know, we have so many different teams, so it keeps me invested to know why they're in the story and just to see what their interactions is with the other characters. Mortal Kombat is known for their amazing storyline filled with cutscenes and voice actors. On top of that, they have loads of in-game modes, costume packs, and Easter eggs. So the question is, can you play a game and not worry about the storyline? Can you become familiar with a character without any past or identity in the game's main story? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. For me personally, story in a game means a lot. It brings identity and life to the characters, along with interesting rivalries to look forward to and discuss. When I play games like Virtual Fighter, I love the difficult barrier and the learning curve on how to get good, but it lacks a solid story mode in all their games. Is this the reason why Virtual Fighter is not as popular as Tekken or the other top tier fighting games? I don't know. Leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know your thoughts. So let's step away from fighting games and talk about the professional players who play these games. When you watch a tournament, you think about skill level, the rivalries, and the lore. Justin Wong and the Daigo Evo moment is something that will be engraved in fighting game history just because of the skill level they both play at and the rivalry. Punk and Idom at Street Fighter 5. There is no denying that Punk is a genius when it comes to fighting games.
EX shoulder, roundhouse Tenko, and that spells defeat. Alpha 3 is your first team to play off against Team Japan here in Street Fighter League Season 3.
You can't touch me. You can't touch me. I'm the best. Your whole team should say I'm the best.
But the way he dominated Street Fighter 5, it looked like no one could really step up to him in America. When we saw Idom win the Capcom Cup, that had everyone excited to see if Idom can beat Punk in future tournaments. The lore is always interesting satisfaction when it comes to the players and games, which is why I feel storyline in fighting games will forever be important. Conclusion, I personally think that fighting games should come with background stories and lore because it helps identify character personalities and create bonds and character loyalty. I really like the whole Ryu versus Ken, who is stronger, who's more disciplined. Kyo versus Yori, who actually wins the fight between them. It's been going on for years in all these King of Fighters. Who actually would win? Sub-Zero or Scorpion? Who would actually win a fight between both of them? That's why we play Dead or Alive, right? Right. Kazumi or Ayane, because we're all in it for the core values. How do I do it? Hold on. Pull up this one. They're bloody heavy though. Sub-Zero or Scorpion? Who would actually win a fight between both of them?
Fighting game is something so great.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you lot enjoyed it. It did take quite a while to do, so we would appreciate it if you could leave a comment or even subscribe. It's free. And if you want to show extra support, please join us on Patreon. Thank you for watching and go check out another video.